Hello everyone, John here with Ready Player Movies and welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you for staying with me as long as you have, for as long as you have done. It's very much appreciated, and I'm pleased to say that we're coming on quite nicely with the collection series. This video, however, is not going to be that. Obviously, as you've already seen from the thumbnail, we're covering something a little different, which has not really come from a request from anybody. I just feel like I want to do this just because it is a little something different. So yeah, and the other thing that I just want to say, you might be noticing this thing in the corner here. I have somewhat upgraded my recording technology to a new microphone, and I'm having a lot of fun using this. I may have been able to tell, but I used this in the carpenter video that I did. So with that being said, guys, let's get things underway and cover our subject of today. Right, okay, so like I say, as you saw in the thumbnail, we're covering the WWE bios. Now, what I do have to show you isn't anything really that recent. This is more focusing on the attitude and aggression era of the WWE. So uh, so without further ado, guys, let's get this started. But before I do, I just want to say that I am savouring one superstar for a separate video because I wouldn't say there's a lot to cover about him, but he was a very interesting character, and I say character for a reason, because he was a character and also quite an enigma. But we'll get to him at a later date. So without further ado, let's get into this. And we'll actually get started now. I've got stickers on some of these, and I'm just going to take them off really quickly. I know I should do this before I start recording. I know I do, but in all honesty, it's part of the charm of me doing these videos. Is taking stickers off and showing you what I've got. So yeah, really. So first off, we have got, which summarizes this up. Thought I might as well do this one first. The Attitude Era 2-disc set, and this is the complete. This is the complete one. Doesn't have a huge amount of matches in it. I think it just glosses over specific ones that made the Attitude Era what it was. But it has. I'll just go over this. It's got the Austin McMahon rivalry, the invention of the Hell in a Cell TLC, and the Brawl for All, and more of the other match types that there were in the era. The revamping of the Stars entrance music, and short biographies on superstars such as Stone Cold, The Rock, Mick Foley, DX, Undertaker, Edge and Christian, Chris Jericho, Trish Stratus, the McMahons, Kane, APA, Sable Goldust, Val Venus, and a whole lot more. I've just read what was on the back here. That's all. But yeah, it's actually a very good watch. This I don't really want to give too much away, because preferably I'd like to keep this video quite short if I can. There's going to be, like I said, the next video is going to be on this specific superstar, and then after that I'll follow up on not a ranking of every single one, but I'm going to do my top 5 wrestling bios out of what I'm going to show you here in this video. So yeah, so with that being said, that is the Attitude Era 2-disc set. Next up we have a belt a history of um, of a of certain type of match, the Hardcore Championship. Now, I when I saw this come up in CEX, sorry, not HMV, I went into autopilot there. When I saw this in CEX, I thought I have to buy that, and I've watched it. I watched it all the way through, and it is fucking so good. This is such a good DVD, Blu-ray, DVD, whatever. Yeah. Really interesting, worth watching. If you want to source this out, I would definitely source this out. Right, okay. So next up, we're going on to the movie that was made. I think this was in 1997 or 98. 2000, it looks like. A little bit later than I thought. Beyond the Mat. Now, I've not seen this for a long time. Not since I actually picked this up. This is actually the second copy that I've picked up of this. I don't know what happened to the first one. I think I might have loaned it out to somebody and never got it back. But anyway, I've got it back, and it's very enjoyable. It focuses on oh God. It focuses primarily on Jake the Snake, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the movie that Vince tried to ban because it went oh, like I say, as it said on the thing, beyond the mat. So it kind of showcases what goes on behind the scenes of the matches. So it's a really interesting watch. It really is. Right, okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to really focus on the superstars that I've actually got in terms of biographies. And first off, we've got Batista. I Walk Alone. Now, these particular ones, when we get into this, these were the fairly early versions of these bios. Some of these have been edited in a way that it'll give you a little bit of information, and then it'll go into a full match, and then information, match, interviews, match, whatever. This is how they would do it. This is how they did it at the start, and I'll just open that out for you. So you've got 3 discs and booklet. That one is Batista, I Walk Alone, which isn't actually a bad bio, in all honesty, from his humble upbringings, but this more focuses on him as a WWE star. It doesn't go into him transitioning into Hollywood. This was done before he went into Guardians of the Galaxy as Drax. Next up, we have the awesome Mick Foley greatest hits and misses. I've got 2 on Mick Foley. Actually, I think it might be 3 because it might be 3 actually. I can't honestly remember because I've just pulled them out of the shelf. But anyway, yeah, Mick Foley, greatest hits and misses, which is more of a showcase on his matches more than him as a person and wrestler at the same time. So yeah, that's that one. Next we have NWO, the Revolution, which is the story of them coming from prominence in WCW and then taking over the WA at that time, which was one of the greatest things that could have ever happened in professional wrestling, in the commercial side of professional wrestling, with regards to TV and entertainment. It's just brilliant. It was so groundbreaking. Seeing one of pro wrestling's biggest stars turn heel was genius. It's absolutely genius. Next up we have this is awful. Owen Hart, Heart of Gold. I'm not really going to go into this too much because there's a lot of people out there that there's a lot of people out there that are very, they get quite emotional when it comes to Owen Hart with the way that he tragically passed away. Um, yeah, I think I might just leave it at that, guys. I'm going to end up going in a minute. It's a tough watch. It's a tough watch, that one, if I've got to be honest. But it is worth watching nonetheless. Next, we have. Maybe I should leave that one. Maybe I should leave that one to last. Next up, we have the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom. Another really good bio, showcasing the rise and fall of the LOD with Animal and Hawk. I can never remember the name of the name of the manager for these two. I can't remember his name at all. But yeah, that's what I have. Road Warriors. Next, we have straight out of Dudleyville, the story of the Dudley Boys. Next, we have the Shawn Michaels story, which is honestly, it's brilliant. This is so good. Very interesting look into the Heartbreak Kid. Next, we have one of my favourite pro wrestlers. This is one of my favourite pro wrestlers. Probably the man that kind of introduced me into the world of it. And he didn't really do an awful lot with the WWE. He was more a WCW. Eventually going over into the Pro Japan circuit, and that is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Love this dude. He was so good. He was very inspiring to a lot of people, and also to me, as I've just said. So yeah, really good. Watch this, and I'm sure if no one out there has this, I would definitely pick it up and give it a watch. Next, we have Chris Jericho. Such quite a good one, to be honest. Compared to some of the others, it's not the greatest one, but he is a good character and was probably one of the best wrestlers in the business, and actually still is, because he's over in AEW now. Next, we have The Rock. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment. If you smell what the DVD is cooking. That was terrible. We'll never be able to do it like The Rock, like Dwayne can. Next, we have After the Show, which the best of Raw After the Show, which is actually pretty good. Actually, there's some really funny moments in this. Next, we have the DDP Positively Living, the story of Diamond Dallas Page, and another very good one as well. A very charismatic person in and out of the ring. He has his own fitness business now with the DDP yoga thing, which has been very successful over the last 13 years. It's been going now. It's about 13 years. Next, we have the history of the WWE, 50 years of the WWE. Another good watch. Really enjoy this. I've not really seen many of these for quite some time, to be honest. So I think I might get myself on track with watching some of these. Yeah, that one. Next, we have Bret the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. The Life of a Masked Man, Rey Mysterio, another really good one. I was actually quite surprised how good this was, to be honest. Very interesting watch. Like I say, leave that one for last. Next, we have we have the man, the 316 himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hell yeah. Now we have the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I've spoken about this one before in a previous video. I believe. Oh, I believe it was the video that I did when I went to Wasdale. I did an outdoor hall and talk. Is what I called them back in the day, where I did trips out into the Lake District where I live, and this was in amongst a pile of stuff that I'd found a couple of days previously. So yeah, another very good one as well, actually. Next we have the Attitude Era WrestleMania collection, which I'm pleased to have. This is actually the most recent purchase that I've actually. This is the more recent buy that I've had out of this stuff that I'm showing you here. This came out only last year, I think it was, something like that. But yeah, there's quite a lot of matches in this, and there's over 13 hours worth of footage in this DVD. So yeah, happy to have that. Next we have the bio on probably one of the greatest managers on the wrestling circuit in Paul Heyman. Say what you want about this guy, I love this guy to bits. He is so good, and it's actually, the documentary is fucking awesome, like really awesome. Next we have For All Mankind. Another very good DVD. I think you might be able to be seeing. You might be seeing a little pattern come eventually in the next couple of videos. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Mankind. Next we have Thy Kingdom Come, the Triple H story. Yeah, this is another very good one as well. So I'm really pleased to have this one in the collection. Next we have The Undertaker's Deadliest Matches, which is another one that I really enjoy. An excellent character for pro wrestling, and just really enjoyable. A lot of charisma. So many personas over the years. Yeah, really great. So we have another Undertaker one with the history of the Undertaker, which has more or less similar matches. These two are. This one is more or less a redress of this one, to be honest. There's a couple of extra matches in this one compared to this, but they're both more or less the same, to be really honest. Next we have Bill Goldberg, which is an okay biography. It's nothing extremely special, but yeah, it's there. It's part of the collection. And second to last, now we've got Into the Light, the story of Sting. This is fantastic. I mean, I know he wasn't on the WF circuit or WA circuit for quite some time, up until the last few years, I think it was just before COVID, 2017, 2018, something like that, when he finally decided to jump and, well, saying jump ship, well, negotiate a contract with WWE. Yeah, this is a really good documentary on him. Doesn't have an awful lot of footage from his overall wrestling career, but from his humble beginnings, from being a tag team partner with Ultimate Warrior, it was really interesting to watch. Yeah, so yeah, that is Sting Into the Light, which brings me to my final. Which brings me to my final one. Now, I'm sure you'll have. I, I'm pretty sure that you'd agree with me that it was best to do this one last, with relation to which one was it? Which one was I doing? Which one did I do? There was one that I wasn't. Anyway, Vince, the Enigma himself, the man himself. Now, I don't know what's gonna. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get into trouble for this or what. I don't know. I hope I don't. I'm just showcasing things that I like to watch. At the end of the day, if people if people want to tell me to take this video down, I'll take it down. But Vince himself is an enigma. But he was the man that put this entire thing on the map. When he took over from his dad all those years ago, there was all the different promotions. They were all over America. He made a point to make it a big to make it a big franchise, and that's what he did. I'm not going to discredit him or anything at all, but there was just that one side of him where I actually thought that he was taking things a little too far for not just for pro wrestling, but for what was deemed tasteful for TV. He's done a lot of stuff that he probably knows he shouldn't have done, but for the sake of TV, it's people. Some people like to watch it. And back in the day, no one cared, and that was in the day when, and that was at a time, and that was at a time of 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 and that was at a time where people didn't care about what was on TV, so it didn't really matter, you know. But he did a world of good for pro wrestling, and with this particular genre that uh, with this particular era of wrestling, it was it it was fine. It was absolutely fine. But I'm not out to discredit him for what he's done. He's done what they call now sport entertainment a world of good. It changed people indefinitely. It's changed people indefinitely. It's just a shame that along the way it's resulted in a few superstars actually passing away as a result of the lifestyle that those wrestlers had in that era. I might get criticised a lot for that comment, but it's kind of true. It is kind of true. And it's a shame. It really is. It's a real shame. But anyway, guys, likewise. Um, yeah, like I said, that's the end of the video because I've got no, haven't got much else to show you. But what I probably will do, I'll probably just give you a little tease as to what is going to come in this next video. I might as well do it now. But this is why I thought it might not be the best idea to do that Vince McMahon one straight away after I'd sorted through this on camera. So we're doing this guy here. The Ultimate Warrior is next. So without further ado, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video. Might have gone a little bit longer than maybe it should have done, but considering what I've shown you and my views on some of them, I think this kind of length is warranted. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you tuning into this. And like I say, if anything happens here, if this needs to be taken down, I'll just take it down, but it's been there for people to see, and to listen to my views on things, you know, and how I feel about certain things that's happened in throughout the years since the Attitude Era actually started. So yeah, so thank you for, like I say, thanks again for watching. If you did like the video, give it a few likes. Also, give it a few shares if you want. Share it about. See if anyone else is interested in any of this, and tell me your thoughts on some of the things that I've said. Really, if you think I've been inappropriate by saying it, you know, just say it. Don't be afraid to talk to me if you feel triggered by anything that I've said in this last half. But anyway, yeah, thanks a lot, guys, and I will see you in the next video.